Welcome back. Let's fit an intercooler in that gap. Look at the size of that. Some brackets to hold the top to the grill. It's a really solid rigid grill, so no problems there. And then a big substantial support bracket underneath. It's bolted to the front of the lower skid tray. It's all joined up. Holes drilled. Quick coat of paint. It'll be going for powder coating when it's all finished. And now I have to work my way into the bodywork. Through the front wing and then through the inner wing to get the engine on both sides. This, when it goes to the body shop, is getting new front wings, or the parts you can see I'm drilling into. So it's not too crucial I get this perfect, but I'll try. And they're extremely rusty. I mean, basically they ended up falling to bits anyway. That's the front bits done. Now to work my way up into the engine bay. Passenger side is quite a difficult route. From the inlet manifold down through the inner wing. And now for the TIG welding. TIG welding is not something I've done before, so I've been learning this on the job. Thanks to Jeff, Northern Skunk Works, for keeping me right. Obviously a lot more practice needed and a much steadier hand. Those several pints the night before do not help with the steady-handedness, but as I progressed, the more pipes I did, the better they got. So that's the passenger side of things done. Down through the inner wing, and then I had to work my way under the windscreen washer bottle and meet up at the front. I had to have a joiner in the middle or I couldn't get the pipe through the holes, if you see what I mean, so it had to split. It's getting marginally better as I go on. Now for the driver's side, which is a whole lot simpler. And each end of pipe that's in a rubber fastener, I've given like a knurled end, or whatever you call it, just so the pipe clips can get a good grip over them and not blow off. Figured out that the fuel neck was rotten, and this is in just behind the rear wheel. The rear wheel's been throwing all the mud up, going in the holes, into the tank. Tank was full of mud. Had the tank out, cleaned it, put it back together, but also the fuel pickup and fuel gauge sender is clogged full of mud, and you can't get into this, and I suspect that it's not worth even trying to get into it. So there's a new one being ordered, and the price of these is eye-watering, but the vehicle's ready to start, so I'm just going to put some diesel in through the sender hole, and I'm going to pump some through to the auxiliary filter to fill that first. Then I think we're good to go. I've extended the fuel pipes into the bottom of the tank so it can draw fuel and return fuel, whereas that normally would be done through the sender. I mean, the fuel gauge sender has a float inside of it and you can't hear it moving. You should be able to hear it sliding up and down, so it's obviously jam-packed with mud in there. Even the auxiliary fuel filter, when I took it off, took the drain off the bottom, it was full of mud in there as well. But it's had new fuel pipes, new fuel filter, filter head is being cleaned, and then after that it's all new. Recon engine, pump, upgraded turbo. I've just finished the intercooler pipes, as you saw before. I'm just waiting for a couple of elbows to finish that off. Luckily this has a huge aftermarket bumper on it, so there's plenty of room to hide a huge intercooler. So happy days on that one. So the intercooler's kind of been the fun part of it. Learning to TIG weld aluminium. Right, that's that there. Let's go around the front. Yeah, that's the auxiliary fuel filter on there, which is an extra one, which turns out it was like a factory option. Whereas the engine itself has a fuel filter there. And this engine came out of a running car, so I think that's full. So I'm now going to draw some through from the tank to fill that one, so the engine doesn't have to keep churning to get the fuel up, because it's just like a manual fuel pump on the side of the main fuel pump, a lift pump. I've just sort of jerry-rigged this electric pump up here, put it on the battery, wait for fuel to come out this end. Moment of truth, will she start? All the fluids are in, battery's charged. It'll take a bit of cranking to get the diesel to the pump. I can't put this off any longer. Here's the key. Another thing that needs fixing. Give it a go. I can't believe that started up so well. So quick, just like that. Oh, oil pressure's good. I don't believe it. That's class.
I was expecting a lot more drama than that. Oh my god. Right, just gonna have a quick check, make sure it's not leaking all over the place. It's actually clean as well, there's no smoke coming out of it. Nothing. Water's good. Put the cap on. How exciting is that? I need to top up the power steering oil. Oh my god. Make sure there's no leaks underneath. Oh yes, pouring oil out. Let's stop that. Oh. I knew that was too easy. See where the oil's coming from. Ah, won't stop. Pouring oil out. Right, now I've composed myself. The drama's over. The oil leak was the turbo feed oil pipe was slack. Schoolboy error. But it came to me as a full built engine. But anyway, let's drive this out. A little bit of glow plug. Sweet as a nut. First gear. Let's see if it moves. Oh, hey, it moves. Bit tight getting out of here, but all right up there. Yeah. Ha! She moves. This is sweet as a nut. Oh, power steering's gone a bit heavy. Must need some more fluid in it. Yeah, she's good. She's good. She's good. Happy days. The clutch pedal and brake pedal are still a bit seized on the shaft, so I'm going to have to take those off and sort them out. And the power steering, of course. Look at this, it's driving under its own steam. It's an OM605. I think that must be a low range. Oh yeah. And the brakes work. That's a bonus. Yeah, obviously I bled all the brakes, did all the fluids, so happy days. The clutch needs a nice, it's just stiff, and so is the brake pedal. But now this thing is smooth, very smooth. Still a ton of work to do, finishing little bits and pieces off before it can go to the body shop and make the top look pretty. But underneath, brand new. And I'm really happy with how this has gone, and so is the customer. This ignition key is now obsolete. I've managed to get the old bit of broken key out. It's a bit dark in here, you can't see. Focus in on that. Anyway, it's a new key. I've had to get barreled all the bits. Just like a new one. Ta-da!
New larger air filter fitted, turbo elbow arrived, So that's that system all sorted and ready to go. Looking good, looking good.
Okay, simple alignment using a ruler and a couple of bits of string and axle stands. That's the alignment done. I just want to give it a road test, make sure the steering wheel's straight, and check the boost, of course. The theory with this is you lay a piece of string out and a couple of axle stands, or what you've got, roughly through the center of the wheel. And then you get your ruler and measure from the center of the wheel to the string. I've got 155, doesn't really matter, but you do this at each wheel. And if you get the exact same number, for example, 155 millimeter from the center to the string at each wheel on both sides, the vehicle is now square to that string. Then after that, you can do your toe in, toe out tracking measurement by measuring the back of the wheel and the front of the wheel. And your differences in numbers, you'll know if you're toed in or toed out. I've set this at 0, straight ahead. So I've got 155, 155, exactly the same as I have in the middle. So the center is square to the string, each side is square to the string, and so is the back wheel. So the vehicle should now drive dead straight, and the steering wheel be dead straight, and both wheels pointing straight ahead. Obviously different vehicles have different settings of toe in, toe out. This is an old tractor, it'll be fine at 0 degrees. It'll drive straight as you like that. So now I need to tighten up the adjustment arms, front and rear. And she's good for a test drive. Road test time. I haven't got a boost gauge on, but I'm got a bleed valve on. So the boost pressure will push off the wastegate valve. It's lowest point, so it shouldn't be a problem. Got the tread plates on, don't worry. Yeah, I've got minimal boost. Somebody let me out in the yard. But this actually feels like brand new. It's obviously a bit noisy because it's got a straight through exhaust on. But it'll be going for its custom ones very soon. And the exhaust is rattling off the bottom of it as well. Again, we'll not worry about that. You come to me, Dolly. Digger! parts lying around the back. Stop rattling. You coming on here? God, Joe. Good girl. Oh, she has got a boost. I've got a rev counter. Feels like about 2,500 when it's coming on boost, but speedometer doesn't work. Sort that out. Neither does the temperature gauge. But I nicked the fuse for the heater blower, so I'm guessing why that's why that's gone off. So speed it on the temperature gauge to sort it out. Try the brakes. Oops, yeah. Brakes all work really well. Gear wheels third, fifth, third, fourth. I did tighten the wheels, didn't I? Of course I did. Yeah, this thing's beautiful. Steering wheel's dead straight ahead. It drives just like a German tractor should. In the fifth. That's a good one. It's a lot of money panels in the back. Talking about. Well, cobwebs as well. Give the person following us a warning because we have no rear lights. Dankeschön. Yeah, I need to get a boost gauge, but it feels like it needs a little bit more boost. But that exhaust will be strangling it a bit anyway. So once the exhaust's done, we'll set all that up. Apart from all the rattly panels in the back, it's spot on. Absolutely spot on. Just check my fluids and such like. How good is this? And that's it. Go in the body shop next, as I keep saying, to get all the body work done. And then it'll come back here to get all the finishing off done. Obviously the bumper will be off, the intercooler will be off, all that lot will be off. I'll need to refit it. Sort out the boosting, just little bits like that, but it is literally ready to go. Get an exhaust made, go to the body shop. When it's back from all that, I'll do another video, summarize it, give it a drive, see what it's like. So basically this has been a full overhaul. It started as a little refresh and it's ended up with an OM606 engine swap. Every bush renewed, every bit on the brakes renewed. I didn't show you me putting back together the rear brakes, but they're all new as well, just basic drum brakes. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've I've missed loads, but it's really hard to get all the detail when you're in the time constraints and all of that, because it is a customer's car. So if there's anything I've missed, anything you need to know, just drop them in the comments. A little subscribe would be nice. What's next? There's a long-term Subaru project of my own. I must get back on with that. There's possibly another G Wagon coming that wants a 606, OM606 conversion. So that'll be interesting, because there's plenty of room for a 5-cylinder, but I'm not sure about a 6, but it's been done. And apparently there's a Sprinter van on its way from Germany to have an OM606 put in as well. So please subscribe and keep up to date. I try to get a video out every 2 to 3 weeks, but obviously I have the daily work as well. If anything interesting comes in the daily work, wanting something done that I think might help other people, I'll do little videos on that. But yeah, thanks again for watching. It's been a real journey, this thing, and I'm delighted how it's turned out.